All right, guys, welcome back to the SLC Dunk post-game show. My name's Hanson James. The Utah Jazz lose to the Atlanta Hawks, which is something that if you just look at records, you might be surprised, but there's some reasons that the Jazz lost to the Hawks tonight that aren't very surprising. We'll talk about this game and we'll talk about the big picture. Honestly, I'm having a little hard time holding in a little bit of my happiness with the loss to the Hawks. It's a loss I wasn't really expecting, but maybe we should have been. So first off, let's just talk about the Hawks a little bit. They have John Collins, a really nice big for the Hawks, who I'm excited to watch. I know he's kind of friends with Donovan Mitchell. He's really athletic, has a lot of exciting plays, can jump through the roof. I was excited to watch him play tonight. It's my first chance to watch him as a Hawk. I just don't get a lot of Hawk feeds where I'm at, But it was fun to watch the Hawks. They're well coached. John Collins is fun. They got Kent Bazemore, who can hit corner threes and make shots, and I've always been a fan of Dennis Schroeder. I think his athleticism is unique. He's fast and he can score. There's pieces to the Hawks. You lose to the Hawks, it's not the end of the world. They're a team that has talent, and the Jazz probably lose this game. For one, don't forget that this was the third game in 4 nights for the Jazz. They played 2 games in a row. One was a close heartbreaker against the Knicks, who they gave everything they had to try to beat the Knicks. And then the next game they have a blowout win almost against the Clippers, but then the Clippers fight their way back. The Jazz have to keep their starters in and get tired. And then you fly cross country to go to Atlanta on the third game in 4 nights. The Jazz are tired, and they're not stupid. They're not like machines and robots that just go out and play everything. They know the playoff situation. They know that we're like 9 games under 500, just like we do. They watch it just like we do. And they're watching the All-Star team. They're watching the Rookie of the Year race. All these things. It's hard to go out there and give 1,000,000% when you're on the third game in 4 nights. And I know they get paid millions of dollars, and I agree they should be going out there and giving it their all, just like we do every day at work. But you know what? Sometimes you're on the third game in 4 nights in a professional league, and you're tired, and you're probably not making the playoffs, and trade deadline's coming up, and you're probably just waiting for your buddies to get traded, which kind of sucks if you're a player. Don't forget that some of these players have good friends on this team, and to see a player go means you're not going to be with your buddy every day, and you don't know what's coming back, And you add on to that, it's the most competitive situation and locker rooms and all these things. There's all sorts of things going on. Is it okay that the Jazz kind of throw up an egg and lose this game to the Hawks? No. If you're trying to make the playoffs, you needed to win this game. But in the big picture, this is a great thing. You guys want a nice pick? I want a nice draft pick. A pick that could play alongside Donovan Mitchell for the next 7 to 8 years? Absolutely. And even in this game, there's things that go on that were really nice. Like you see Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, who need time to gel, and that's what they're going to be able to do for the rest of the season. But you know what else is really tough for this team? And it's something we've talked about all year. Ricky Rubio, Derek Favors, and Rudy Gobert cannot play together. And I'm not sure 2 of those guys can play together because, honestly, they're 3 non-shooters. And to be successful in this league and in the NBA, you need shooters. You need a point guard that can shoot and a shooting guard that can shoot. And you can afford to have one big on the floor like a Rudy Gobert who can set big-time screens and roll to the hoop. But if you have like Derek Favors and Rudy and they're just not spacing the floor, and then on top of that you have Ricky Rubio who missed like his first 6 shots of the game, you're not going to win a lot of games. It's just a reality, And so the Jazz do have some shooters, Joe Ingles and Donovan Mitchell, obviously. And Royce O'Neal is turning out to be a really nice pickup for the Jazz and honestly making Rodney Hood a little expendable. But it's not enough. You just don't have enough space. And we've talked about this before. This is what you want to do, is you want to make it difficult to guard you. It's the reason that the Warriors and the Rockets and Cleveland and all these really high-powered offenses are hard to guard because they all shoot. And so what it does is you have to go out and you have to guard these guys, and it creates spacing. And you know what? Just players hitting shots makes your offense good. There's your analytics line of the night. Hit shots, make offense good. That's kind of the formula, and the Jazz don't have that formula right now. And so Complaining about Quinn Snyder is silliness because the fact that the Jazz have won the games that they have means he's kind of a genius. And, you know, being too angry about getting losses is kind of silly too, because they're not going to win a lot of games with this team makeup. That's why a trade needs to happen. And it will happen. And it's going to be sad to see these players traded, whoever it is. I would predict Rodney Hood gets traded sometime. I don't think he has a concussion. I think his injury is that he's being traded soon. And a leg bruise is, you know, whatever. They're making sure he doesn't get hurt so that they can trade him. And honestly, Rodney's a little injury prone. So that's what you're going to be able to do, is trade Rodney Hood. And probably trade Derek Favors too, because he's not going to be on the Jazz next year. I sincerely doubt it, because he's going to go out in free agency. He's going to go look for a contract and try to have either the Jazz beat it, or he's just going to sign it because he's a free agent. You know, do you want to lose Derek Favors for nothing? I don't. And we've seen in the past that just is tough to overcome when you have a player leave for nothing like Gordon Hayward. This is what's left, is a team that's made up of a lot of really nice role players, outside of like Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, that can play with a lot of good high-powered teams. But when you have a team full of high power, of just role players alongside a rookie who is phenomenal but still a rookie, and Rudy Gobert, it's tough. That's tough to win. So the Jazz will make some moves, but also they're not going to do anything to really win any more games this year. I personally, if I'm the GM, we're not here to win a lot of games anymore, you know? So be happy, Jazz fans. I'm happy. We got a loss. And we lose to the Hawks, too. So that's just making it one step closer to that lottery, getting that Luka Doncic player that we're kind of hoping to get, that compare with Donovan and Rudy for the next 5-10 years, and it'll be exciting. So anyways, make sure that you like and subscribe this video, guys, because you're my friends, and I like talking to you and hearing from you. Also, make sure that you go to slcdunk.com, read all the stuff. We write lots of great things there. Trade pieces, post games, pre-games, opinion pieces, thought pieces, breaking news, all there at slcdunk.com. And remember to like us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search SLC Dunk. Go to iTunes. Go to SLC Punks, the SLC Dunk podcast that I do with Michael Lohman. Make sure you do that. All right, guys, you're awesome. I'll talk to you next time.